The media is swarming with stories about the delay of Tesla's affordable cars, but they're completely blind to one fact. The next generation production line is quietly taking shape right now inside Giga Texas as a technological monster. 7 cranes, 245 cybercabs counted from the sky in a single afternoon. A 14-year-old assembly line torn out and replaced in 4 months flat. And Elon just told us what this machine actually is. So, how exactly is Tesla building its low-cost production line inside those walls that no one else saw coming? Forget the factory floor you think you know. It's gone. 1. What is actually happening inside Giga Texas right now?
Go straight to the parking lot because that's where the story is sitting in plain sight. On July 18th, a drone over Giga Texas counted 245 cybercabs staged and ready to roll. A 140% jump in just 30 days. That's more than 4 finished vehicles added every single day, and that's only what we can see. This isn't a company working on an affordable Tesla someday. It's a company already moving, and the reason it can scale this fast comes down to one thing. Tesla is rebuilding the factory itself. While most automakers still use Henry Ford's 1913 style production line, Tesla is trying to remove the single-file bottleneck. Because when one station fails, the whole line doesn't have to stop. That's basically Detroit's entire manufacturing philosophy in 2026. Tesla looked at that and said, no thanks. Under what they call the Unboxed process, the front end, the battery pack, the interior, all of it gets built at the exact same time on separate stations, the way a NASCAR pit crew swarms every corner of the car simultaneously instead of one guy circling it with a wrench. Everything only locks together at the very last step. And Musk didn't just tease this, he put a number on it. The target cycle time is roughly 10 seconds per car, with a real engineered path down to 5 seconds. Say that out loud. That's less time than it takes you to unlock your phone, true?
But let's see, Musk has publicly told other automakers they're welcome to go copy this exact process.
So at Tesla, we have open sourced our patents. Anyone can use our patents for free.
He's not hiding it. There's a patent, it's public record. Anyone with an engineering department could theoretically go read it. So why hasn't a single legacy automaker pulled it off? That question is going to matter a lot more by the time we get to the end of this video, because the answer isn't about secrets, it's about something money can't just buy overnight. But before we get there, if you were watching Giga Texas drone footage before it hit your group chat, you already know this channel. I cover the Tesla stories mainstream outlets report weeks later, with the receipts first. So subscribe to Autogearshift. The next minutes will explain everything you just heard.
2. How did Tesla kill a 14-year-old legend to build this?
Again, the Model S made the world take electric cars seriously. It turned Tesla from a Silicon Valley science project into a company that made Ford and GM sweat. Then, in early May this year, Tesla began closing that chapter, Model X too. After 14 years for the S and 11 for the X, Tesla chose to move on. Sit with that for a second because most channels treat this like a footnote. It isn't. It's like the Dallas Cowboys tearing down their own stadium mid-season to build something nobody's ever seen before. Tesla cleared the factory floor that built its most iconic cars and turned it over to Optimus. In roughly 4 months, crews ripped out the old line and installed a new modular one, with tooling shipped from Germany and dedicated sublines for actuators and battery packs. Musk called the turnaround insanely fast and said no other automaker on Earth moves that quickly. Think about the confidence that takes. You don't rip out the production line for the most iconic car in your history unless you're convinced what replaces it is worth even more. And Fremont isn't the big bet, it's the rehearsal. At Giga Texas, a much larger Optimus factory is already rising from the ground. With 7 cranes working the steel structure, floor decking going in, and a target that still sounds unbelievable. Up to 10 million robots a year once it's fully online. 10 million. That's not a factory number. That's a small country's population built to spec every single year.
3. What is hiding inside the chip factory right next door?
Right next to that Optimus megaplant, Tesla and SpaceX are building Terafab, their massive AI chip project, with Intel joining the effort in April. Now ask yourself, why would a car company build its own chip fab from scratch? Because AI5 isn't just another upgrade. It's the processor Tesla wants powering its cars, Optimus robots, and AI infrastructure, with Musk claiming up to 40 times the performance in certain workloads. Hey, that's more memory than most high-end gaming rigs your cousin bragged about at Thanksgiving. And here's the twist that should actually get you leaning forward. AI5 wasn't primarily built to make your Model Y merge onto the highway a little smoother. Musk has said flat out this chip is what greatly enhances Optimus. Tesla is building a dedicated silicon brain on its own soil, at a scale that cuts the cord from NVIDIA, from Taiwan, from anybody else's supply chain. If a chip shortage ever slams the world again the way it did back in 2021, do you remember waiting 8 months for a new truck because of a missing chip the size of a fingernail? Tesla just built itself a bunker nobody else in Detroit has. What I'm explaining next isn't officially confirmed by Tesla, but lines up with everything they've already done. Tesla trained FSD off real-world driving data instead of leaning on simulations like most of the industry. Tesla builds its own battery cells instead of just buying from LG or Panasonic like everybody else. Follow that pattern to its logical end and it's a fair bet, but grounded in exactly how this company operates, that the same real-world data pipeline feeding FSD is also what's quietly teaching Optimus how to walk, grip, and eventually run entire factory stations solo. Tesla hasn't published the scale of that training cluster, but if the FSD blueprint holds, we could be looking at one of the largest real-world robotics datasets ever assembled, growing right now on Tesla's own factory floors, while the rest of the industry is still trying to figure out how to make a robot open a door.
4. Why did Elon call his own robot a von Neumann probe?
This is something that changes how you need to read everything you just heard. A few weeks back, Musk posted on X like it was no big deal. Optimus will be the first von Neumann probe.
I told you one time on my channel, remember that?
If that phrase means nothing to you yet, buckle up because it might be one of the wildest things a Fortune 500 CEO has said in public in years. A von Neumann probe is a theoretical machine straight out of 1940s physics, a machine that builds copies of itself using nothing but raw material pulled from its own environment. No outside factory, no human supply chain. It just replicates on its own forever. Musk isn't being poetic here. He's describing an actual manufacturing loop where Optimus robots build the next batch of Optimus robots. Now hold that thought right next to something else he said just weeks ago standing inside Giga Texas. Clearly,
economy is the production of goods and provision of services. And if you have vast numbers of robots with vast amounts of digital intelligence, you have a sort of a quasi-infinite economy.
that wasn't a soundbite tossed out for headlines. That was Musk standing inside the exact building where the cranes are working right now. And the chip fab is climbing out of the ground, telling everyone out loud exactly what the real plan is. This is the part mainstream coverage keeps missing. Everyone keeps asking, when does the $25,000 Tesla arrive? But that's the small question. The real question is, what happens when the factory itself becomes the product? A factory where robots help build robots, robots build cars, and every cycle makes the next one cheaper and faster. That's not just a low-cost Tesla rolling off a line. That's a manufacturing system designed to compound its own advantage. And that single idea changes everything.
5. How far ahead is this putting Tesla compared to everyone else?
every legacy automaker on Earth is still duking it out over stamped steel, paint booths, and labor contracts that were written for a world where robots weren't in the building yet. Tesla just skipped that entire fight completely. It owns the chip, it owns the training data, it owns the robot, it owns the assembly process the robot works inside. That's 4 separate layers stacked on top of each other, and every single one makes the other stronger at the same time. GM can't just go buy a fancier robot arm off the shelf and catch up next quarter. They'd need the chip, the data pipeline, the factory redesign, and the humanoid all at once, built by a team that's been grinding on exactly this problem since before most of the industry even took Optimus seriously. That's the gap nobody in Detroit wants to say out loud on an earnings call, and it's the gap getting wider every single week those 7 cranes keep climbing higher over Giga Texas. So next time a headline tells you Tesla's affordable car got delayed again, ask yourself the question that actually matters here. What does a delay even mean when the machine on the other side of it is quietly learning how to build itself? The old automotive world is being replaced. But while everyone is fixated on a $20,000 car, a far more terrifying question remains. What happens to the global economy the day this machine starts replicating itself without a single human inside? Hit subscribe because you aren't ready for what comes next.